today, I would like to invite session chairpersons, Dr. Vaishali M. Patil, Head of the Department of Pharmacy, CSS University. She has professional experience of 16 years. Her area of interest is CADD, medicinal chemistry of anti-cancer and antiviral agents. She has published a large number of papers in national and international journals. She has 5 books, 18 chapters and 2 patents. She has also received many awards and also attended a number of FTPs, seminars and conferences. And Dr. Anup Kumar, Professor, MIT, Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, Meerut, and facilitates them with class. I would like also invite Dr. Alok Sharma sir to felicitate class.
आ जाओ वहीं आ जाओ
Thank you so much, sir and ma'am, for your kind presence. Now I would like to invite Dr. Rajesh sir, please come on the stage.
आ जाओ
Now, I would like the session chairperson, Mrs. Vaishali M. Patil, to take the privilege to invite and introduce our speaker, Dr. Rajesh Agarwalji, DGM, Modi Mundi Pharma, R&D Center.
Good afternoon, everyone. And first of all, congratulations to all the faculty of pharmacy from MIET for successful organization of this today's event. And thanks for this platform where you are giving an opportunity that all the students and all the faculties are getting introduced to this not novel, but towards a new direction, that how they can contribute towards healthcare also. So for today's session, I would like to introduce Dr. Rajesh Agarwalji, who is at present as General Manager of R&D at Modi Mundi Pharma, and he is having a rich experience of about 22 years. He is having expertise in development of oral novel drug delivery systems, IR dosage form for domestic as well as for ROW and Europe and USA. Product feasibility and technical inputs for the product development are his expertise. He has successfully completed bioequivalence studies of more than 13 oral dosage forms. He is having various technology transfers to his country to 3 different European counterparts. He has successfully completed 9 products technology transfer, and 3 more products are in the pipeline. He is life member of Indian Pharmaceutical Association. He is executive council member of Delhi IPA branch, and in addition to that, he is actively involved in getting the work patented. So he is having 1 PCT international patent and 2 Indian patents to his credit. He has also applied 6 patents in Indian Patent Office, and 2 patents have been published to his credit. He is having various publications in national and international journals to his credit. He is also actively involved with reviewing in the pharma journals. He has delivered various lectures in various universities as a guest speaker, and he has also visited various countries throughout the globe like Europe, US, and nearby Asian countries also for the activities related to product and technology transfer. So you are welcome for
So very good afternoon to everybody. Hope everybody is awake, not feeling hungry. So thanks a lot for MIT for always doing something new, and they have been interacting to all kind of available platforms and bringing them here and having a good interaction with the students, the industry, other fields. This is one of the important event which is being done with DRDO, and I think it's one of the most respected, prestigious research organization which mainly caters to the defense organization of our country. And whenever a technology is developed, ultimately it comes into the public domain also. So since I passed out from Jamia Ahmedabad, I know that many of the pharmacy students were going there, doing their PG work, PhD work, postdoctorate work, and now they have come back to the industry and they are doing wonderfully good. So it's a very good initiative on part of the management of the college, and it's my privilege to be here. I always feel privileged to be in MIT because I love interacting with the students. I try to share my knowledge, my experience, whatever form it is available or whatever opportunity is given. Dr. Garima is here, Dr. Alok, Dr. Anoop, all known faces there, Dr. Vipin Garg. So it's a great opportunity. When Dr. Alok called me for this topic, it was kind of a shock to me because my field is totally pharmaceuticals. But I thought maybe it's a good try, and I will, with a disclaimer that I am not expert on the smart diet solutions or artificial intelligence or adaptation to cold, high altitude. The bottommost, the pharma and healthcare is my field, so I can give my perspective on that. But just to begin with, the earlier session, what the inaugural speech was, and from Dr. Chandra, the floor is set, and you also understand how important it is, how important the food is, how important the nutrition is. It all comes from agriculture, then its application, then next comes to the disease control, the health part of it. And this is a starting mechanism of the food chain, entire chain, and we as a pharmacist can play a very important role. As the industry is growing, as the knowledge is growing, as the commercialization of the things are happening, we know that food processing is an important part, important aspect, and I will urge from faculty, other experts, the students to take up more challenges or more projects based upon that, because that's the real challenge you have, and you have an understanding by virtue of doing your degree. You have an understanding how to actually build a quality on the product. So what all we are talking about, Dr. Chandra in the morning discussed about the technologies, the various important aspects, but they are ultimately going to give you a good quality. So good quality food, good quality life, good quality working to the farmers in the field, the entire supply chain. So ultimate objective and quality, let me also add to it, that quality is not just that it will come automatically. It has to be built in, and quality costs. But when you buy something and there is some say in a medicine also quality defects, or food also, or clothes, anything, if there are defects, it's ultimately you are paying high for those, because that defect, for that defect also you are paying. If the quality is good, paying high is not bad, but the quality has to be there. So okay, so I will start with this. I will just touch upon the initial aspects of smart diet, artificial intelligence in food, then cold chain and high altitude environment, and then I will shift to pharma because probably that's what I can speak more about that, and I will talk about artificial intelligence on that. Use of artificial intelligence. So, use of artificial intelligence as future smart foods. So, future smart foods is a buzzword. So, there are issues which Dr. Chandra also discussed, that food security is an important, because hungerness is there. As far as 2020 data, there are more than 690 million people worldwide which which are stricken by the hungriness, and they don't get enough food to eat, and this is growing at very ample speed, and every 5 years about 60 million people are added to that. So on the one side we are growing, technology is growing, our capability is increasing, our buying power is increasing, but there is another side. So so this is linked. So we have to work upon that. Now, this is in view of the FAO, which gave this future smart food solutions. This is in view of the climate change resilience, the agrodiversity, agriculture sustainability, and food and nutrition security. And nowadays our Prime Minister is speaking a lot on millet. So millet is one of the smart food, and we have forgotten that. Mainly because there is no economical viability to the agriculture, like मूली उगाने वाला या टमाटो उगाने वाला इतना प्रोड्यूस कर दिया उसने कि उसको रिटर्न नहीं मिल रहा. So these crops were forgotten, and they have high nutritious value, they have high food value, and they are easy to cultivate, easy to preserve. Now further you can process it and convert into lot many things. So this is one topic which I wanted to touch and bring to your notice. Then when we know that there are foods, there are crops, there are things available, and they have been forgotten, it's not there in the prevalence. So artificial intelligence is one. Since you are all pharmacy graduates, I thought maybe engineering students were also there. But artificial intelligence is one already defined, that artificially it thinks like a brain, it takes a correct decision and allow us to solve problematic areas. So particularly in food, when we talk about food, so artificial intelligence can have multiple application, like in marketing field. So whatever is produced, it has to be marketed. So there are different languages, different areas of artificial intelligence, like ANN, genetic algorithms, or agent-based system, swan intelligence, other different forms of normal artificial intelligence which can be used. Then for logistic also, data mining, simulated annealing, automated planning, robotic programming, because whatever you produce, whatever you want to market, it has to be properly supplied, stored. So logistic involved there. As soon as the crop comes out, it is to be protected, it is to be packed, it is to be transported, processed, then so on. So there are different artificial intelligence techniques which are used for food industry. Even in the farming also, I will link it with the pharmaceutical application of artificial intelligence, and then we can see that how this knowledge can be transformed into any of the field, also in the food industry. Then in production of the agriculture or food products, ANN, FN modeling, case-based reasoning, swan intelligence, decision tree. So what are the functions of these artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence deals with large of data. We are 140 billion population, spread over a large geographic area. There are so many consumers. So we have so much of data available, not only for the supply, but to production, to process, to produce at commercial scale. So for demand forecasting, through artificial intelligence, we can identify the pockets where the demand is going to be more, where the demand is going to be less. What kind of demand will be there, what kind of demand is not there. If we have that kind of prediction, we can plan in a better way.
we can actually our actions will be in that direction. So artificial intelligence for risk assessment and resilience. This is very important. It is applicable. We talk a lot about risk assessment. Risk assessment is applicable to every aspect. So whatever you do, whatever you want to do, you have to first assess risk-based approach. So even in the pharmaceutical now, all inspections, pharmaceutical industry inspections, they are now asking risk-based RBI they call, risk-based investigation or risk-based inspections. So they are based upon the risk-based approach. You have to identify the risk, what could be the possible risk, you have to work out on the mitigation of the risk and then execute the things. AI for transportation, it is very important. So logistic is very important. You have to send a material from, let us say, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So you should know how it can be done. What kind of there are 3,000 kilometer track. So how you can supply to each and every part through which this transportation is passing through. Like you must have seen during the COVID days, the oxygen cylinders, how well they were planned. It was all through this artificial intelligence. A big lorry, a big train carrying the containers, and it was leaving at particular point, a particular station. A truck is standing there, taking that particular container, going out. Rest of the containers are moving in another direction. So this is logically can be developed, and it is effectively being used. Then AI for supplier selection and vendors. We all do in pharmaceutical. We understand that it is very important part. Whatever you want to do, you should have a good, robust mechanism and good quality suppliers, vendors. So if it is not there, then you are in trouble. So you cannot produce in a mass scale. So artificial intelligence is again used there because you have to select between 10 different vendors, 20 different kind of situations. So there you can apply this. AI for quality control. This is very important. So it is not only related to pharma, but it is related to food. Like the previous lecture, the quality is important, and there are similar tools which are being used for food industry also, like NIR, like IR, artificial sensory systems. So thereby controlling the quality. And probably I can add to that it's not only the output you have to control, it is the input you also have to control. The insecticides, the quantity of insecticide, the spraying technologies. Recently, and it is a mandate of the government now to have used drones in farms. So this is basically to control these things, to achieve the quality products, to minimize the errors, to have the minimum efforts and the maximum output. AI for image processing, for farming or for agriculture, it is very important because every terrain, every area, they have a different kind of properties. So you have to select your crop according to that, and then you can have a maximized production. We all understand that food security is important, and high altitude are tough terrain. So I will talk in two terms, that one is the food, another one is the people living there. They may be people shifted from the plains to high altitude like soldiers or the adventurists, or the people living there. Because if you see the hunger graph, so these are the tough terrain areas where hunger is more. So they have less resources. So they have to have a system or mechanism there so that the food security is there for them. So tough terrains, reaching to tough terrains, farming at tough terrains, storing at tough terrains, including very low temperatures. So adaptation is crucial. So we all agree to this, that adaptation is very crucial. Either it is cultivation, storage, suitability to body, because people, those who live in high altitude, they have a different microbial flora, gut flora, and they have different kind of physiology also, minor change. So they need different kind of a diet, different kind of energy to live. Socio-economic conditions are against the people living in high altitude. That is very important because they are away from the mainstream, reach is minimal, and there are artificial intelligence can play vital role in there. So now I'm switching over to pharma. So when we talk about food, next comes, because food is very essential, then next comes is health. So health is the next primary essential for a human being. So it is important, and we can link the use of artificial intelligence to food, and this can be a thought provoking for you to take up new projects or do something in that field. So pharmaceutical industry, everybody is aware, we are one of the largest. Every third medicine being produced in India is in manufacturing plants outside US, which are US FDA approved. India has 19,000 plus plants. Industry is growing. As of we are speaking, we are ending 2023. We are touching almost $60 billion. This figure is 65 was the projected value. But in next 7 years, just see where we are going. We are going to be double of it, more than double of it. So 130 billion by 2030. So this is again, we have this capability, and because of this capability, we are known as pharmacy of the world. International market, we have more than, now coming to artificial intelligence, because pharma as a whole everybody knows, but the application of the artificial intelligence in pharma, so international market investment in artificial intelligence is increasing. So there are more than 150 applications in FDA which have been received so far, and they are all based on artificial intelligence. So process has already begun. And more than 50 of them are for pharma products. 150 means it's a biopharmaceutical also, but 50 they are for pharmaceutical products. And last 5 years the investment of AI has increased. A phenomenal increase is there, and this is an area where India can add value to the world, because we are known as technocrats, technicals, techie, computer guys, logical people, people with mathematical brain. So we can add a lot to that. So investment is increasing. It's not only the people are using it, now investment is increasing. Once the investment comes, the momentum of the business increases. So investment is increasing exponentially, and AI fueled fueling is increased growing at the rate of 40% globally. US FDA, so since it has an application, so there has to be some guideline. You cannot do in a dark chamber or in isolation that whatever you want to do. So regulatory agencies have identified the importance of artificial intelligence in pharmaceuticals, and they have issued a discussion paper and guidance document involving artificial intelligence. It's an open website, FDA website. Students can go through, read to that, and if they find, because your college is situated where you have computer engineers right on the left or right side of you, so you can talk to them, communicate to them. It's a multidisciplinary world. You have to work in hand, in tandem with other technical peoples, and then only you can do much better things. So not only US is a developed country, they can afford, they are 3 to 4 times of maybe I think 7 times economy in India. So Government of India has also given a draft policy recently in October 2023, which provides a roadmap for artificial intelligence as a major tool in pharmaceutical and medical device industry. So medical device industry, if you understand it, like it's a amalgamation of both pharmacy and the engineering. So there you need more engineering things because precision is more, but drug delivery has to be done through them. So pharmacist role is also very important. And Government of India has come out with the draft policy, and they have earmarked more than 6,000 crore rupees for this activity, and they want to create center of excellence, and they want to fuel money for the research in this field. So these are common terms. Since you are all pharmacy, I will go through the terminologies. Computer students, they can understand artificial intelligence, ML, machine learning, AI/ML or artificial AI/ML. It is also written like this. Real world data, RWD, real world evidence, RWE, natural language processing (NLP), which is widely used now, DHT, digital health technologies, neural network, recurrent neural networks, deep learning, blockchain. You must have all heard. It's a technology which gives you a very precise and tagging of an individual activity, and you can trace it back. You can trail the activity. The model hypothesis. These all we do as of now in a smaller way. Model making, hypothesis, algorithms, cloud computing is now gaining momentum. This is one field, predictive data analysis, which I would say as a pharmacy postgraduate students or graduation students, you should also learn this, because once you are out of the college, you go to research, marketing, or production. Production will take it later, but research and marketing, they will take it in a very not very far, maybe in next 2 to 3 years. So we'll be doing a lot of predictive analysis. Like artificial intelligence is what? You have a lot of data. Now from the data you can analyze something, but you can make prediction also. What is going to happen if the data is in this trend? So data analytics, data space, design space. Design space you all are doing, those who are doing pharmaceutical experiments. Definition is already discussed, so I will not go much into details. But what is the role in pharmaceuticals? Revolution in drug R&D, research and development, because huge data is generated. It's very difficult to analyze the data very quickly. Lot of people are involved. Multi-location data is generated. Multi-location, it is to be assembled. It is to be put in a perspective, then analyzed. So analyzed and decision making is faster when we have a lot of huge data. So it can discover new drugs. This is important, at lower cost and in more efficient manner. Quick, fast, lower, and in efficient manner. So what are the applications in pharmaceutical research? Automated drug synthesis, preclinical research, drug target identification, disease diagnosis, target drug discovery, prediction of maintenance and quality control. This is an area where it's going to come very fast, artificial intelligence, which will be directly linked to the manufacturing, commercial scale of manufacturing of medicines. Predictive modeling for clinical trials. As of now, Dr. Noor will correct me that India has filed more than 40,000 patents this year. 2 years or 3 years back, we were just 5,000, 7,000. So we are filing a lot of patents, we are doing a lot of research. Since innovation is being happened, new drugs working is happening, new methodologies are being adopted, so clinical trials will increase. Medical device industry is again an industry which is growing at very fast pace, and by 2030, they will also be like $50 billion industry in India. So this will be standing parallel to the pharmaceutical industry. And there you need, for everything you need a clinical trial. So it is important to know and understand how important is artificial intelligence. Influence on pharmaceutical market, adverse effect detection. This is also important. We had done a pharmacovigilance program here in MIT, and pharmacovigilance program, which is a worldwide monitoring of any side effects or adverse reaction or whatever medicine being marketed. So this is based upon a lot of softwares, and artificial intelligence is used in that and making very quick and fast decisions. As fast as that, if an adverse reaction happens today, within 5-7 days they can take a decision and they can stop the marketing of that product. They can give a direction to stop that marketing. So what are the advantages to find new design and their combinations? Drug can be tested in virtual model, because using animals or humans is very, very crucial. So we have to be very authentic to use that animal or human. So virtually, if you do screening and gives you a kind of a result, and it gives you an assurance that you can go for animal or human testing. So this is an advantage, and it can be done very fast. So it can deliver clinical trials results in minutes. You have multi-center data, more than 20,000 patients. Testing is happening. Data is being accumulated through the instruments, it's going to a server, getting collected from all the locations. Within an hour, you have the results. So like one of the trial we are doing, so maybe day after tomorrow, I'm going to decode the sample. So as soon as I decode the sample, within 5 minutes, I will have all the results. So counterfeiting drug becomes impossible. This is also one of the big menace. You can understand how this problem is there. It is again a 600 crore industry as of its own. So, but its effect is on the people, human here. Local pharmacists, 3D printing, personalized drug in any shape or desired dosage form. This is also gaining momentum because now scientists have understood that one formula cannot work as good as to everybody. So there are cases, there are situations, I will detail it, that you need to have personalized medicine. So this is an area where the artificial intelligence will be of great help. So these are the areas I have just summarized in the pictures, that what are the application, tablets, vaccine, industry-wise. Vaccines, cosmetics, coating, adhesives, plastics, they are all used in pharmaceutical industry. So I'll touch upon the artificial intelligence importance in drug discovery, target identification. So to determine the effective therapeutic targets. So it's very important to understand that how the drug is going to act. So we have to identify a target, and then only we can start our further study. So artificial intelligence system analyzes the different type of data, such as clinical data, genetic and proteomic data. Then it assists in designing the medication which can modify the biological process by discovering disease associated to targeted different molecular pathways. So this is important at the very initial stage. Then virtual screening. So you have different models. So through that you can do, and there are repurposing of medicines. There are medicines which are already known, which are already being used for so many years. So you know everything about how the chemical nature is, how pharmacokinetics is, and what are the different aspects related to the clinical or medical effects. So based upon that data, it enables to screen the various chemical libraries to discover the drug molecule which shows high ability to bind a specific target. So from there they can repurpose it fast. Then structure activity relationship modeling. So this is, you all study in your B form and M forms. It is important to know at the discovery stage. De novo drug designing, drug candidate optimization, the drug repurposing has come now. So artificial intelligence algorithms, they can predict, and they can tell you, and they can arrive, they can lead you to a stage from where you can start your actual working and taking it forward. Prediction of toxicity. There are in silico target fishing technologies which are used in prediction of biological targets, and these are practically being used, and people are doing it in laboratory. Predictive modeling for clinical trials. A supervised learning can be used as an aid to anticipate the results. So we can understand the results of the analytical trials through the AI use, what kind of results are expected by training on ancient clinical trial data. Looking at the old data, we can predict how it is going to behave. So for example, there was a study published in MIT, according to which there are only 13.8% of drugs successfully passing the clinical trials, which is a very low percentage. If we screen it well before, so that percentage can be increased. Pharmaceutical product development, this will be of more interest of the students here, that by using different computational techniques, artificial intelligence can solve problems like designing of the formulation, the problems related to dissolution of drug, its porosity, stability of drug. So quantitative structure property relationship can be used, and this can be important for developing a formulation. A decision support tool or use rule-based system to choose the nature, quantity, and different kind of excipients, because in pharmaceutical we use a lot of excipients, the API part is less, in majority of the formulations. So it is very important to understand their chemistry, their physical behavior, their chemical behavior, how in combination they will behave. So this helps in a faster and rapid formulation development. Then computational fluid dynamics, discrete element modeling, people are using it, finite element methods. There is a powder and we have to know what kind of equipment to be used. We are using 500 gram powder, or we are using 500 kg and 5000 kg. So the property has to be studied before in selecting the kind of equipment to be used, because that is very important. When a tablet is compressed, a dye filling happens, a cavity filling happens, so it is important. AI tools such as meta classifiers and tablet classifiers, they let you know and they help you in identifying the errors in the finished product and the quality of the finished product. So during the manufacturing process, if any error happens, so from this kind of tools you can detect any error. I've also used machine learning and HT co-aggregation platforms for MD simulation to assess the drug excipient combination, which could be self-assembled into a stable form of solid dosage nanoparticles. So knowing the property and the kind of ingredients you are using, so you can understand the behavior of the final product, how it is going to help you. Analytical method development, it is very important to test whatever you produce. So if you are not able to test it, you cannot claim. So analytical method development, here also use of artificial intelligence in HPLC softwares are so good now. They are intelli softwares, so intelligent softwares. They can tell you what kind of column you have to use, what kind of solvent you have to use, what kind of mobile phase you have to use. But just by screening or by giving the property of the compound, what polarity, non-polarity, chemical class, and equipments like LCMS, there because otherwise you have to do a lot of work, and they're very costly equipments, very sensitive equipments. So in a single run, they give you all kind of possible data. So you go through the data and then select your best possible or suitable methodology for doing analysis. So the trial error method approach which we adopt in the laboratory, in the college or in the industry, that can be eliminated. So artificial importance again for analytical method development is like convolution neural network for assessment of chromatogram. Now you are a fast producing company. There are thousands of say 15s of HPLC running, thousands of chromatogram coming to analyze them, to give an assurance that whatever is being done is being correct or not. Like nowadays, if you have a scan, medical scan, you can send it across to anybody, or doctors can have a look at the data of the population, entire population, what kind of medical problems are happening. So these kind of technologies can be used in farming, can be used in farm products, where they can assess the available things and give you a trend or data or help you in decision making. So there are assessment through infrared and NIR that has been discussed already. So these are non-invasive technologies. So you just have to scan the sample. It can give you the overview of what it is. If there is a mixing or there is adulteration or there is a counterfeiting, that can be assessed. So what is the importance in healthcare sector? Now coming to healthcare sector is that there are virtual nurses. There are so many kind of diseases, like somebody is undergoing through a stem cell replacement, so they have to kept isolated, and there are kind of patients which needs a continuous monitoring. So there are virtual nurses which can help you in telling and gathering the data and giving it online to the doctors or to the physical available nurses, which can immediately take a decision or call. AI Cure is again the AI Cure is an application which monitors the patient and helps them to combat their conditions. So it's a tool which is fitted to your body, and it assesses the data. It immediately takes corrective actions. It tells you, it alarms you. It also sends signals to the doctor. So these are helpful in patients with severe conditions, where patients are either not able to tell themselves or nobody is there nearby to listen to them or to communicate to the doctor and patient who are participating in clinical trials. That is also important. So, Google DeepMind health projects, excavating the medical records. This is also being done through the artificial intelligence, because there are crores of records which are there, and you have to mine them and assess the health position of a particular area, the country, the geographical conditions. Based upon that, it can be done. And disease diagnosis is also very important. There are a lot of sophisticated tools now. You scan the body, whole scan body, PET scans in oncology is being used. And they are learning models. Through artificial intelligence, they are learning models. If they have to give any suggestion or any diagnosis, that also is being given by the artificial intelligence use. By training on labeled data sets containing patient characteristic, disease and outcomes of clinical trials, this model can be used to classify the patients. So if we have to do a clinical trial for, say, for a chemical A, and we need a specific kind of patients, so it's very difficult to enroll those patients. So if you have a database available, you can immediately find those patients. Where one of the instances I have heard that in a rare orphan medicine, which is a rare disease, so the company used to go to a particular hospital and near around, because in that area that kind of patients are there, so near around they fix the date and everybody will come there for the medication. So this is the use of artificial intelligence, because otherwise they could have not got that medicines. Then pharmacovigilance programs I talked, because there is a lot of data is being generated from India, around the world. If somebody has to quickly have a look at what is going on with a particular medicine, so any adverse reaction happens, any event happens, so they monitor it. In India, there is a pharmacovigilance program which is being monitored at IPC Ghaziabad, and they give data to the International Center Upasala. Every country does that. They have different kind of softwares, multiple data coming there, being analyzed, scrutinized, alarm is sent. If it is critical, a decision is taken, and this helps in eliminating those kind of problems. So, natural language processing and ML is used aid in accepting IC SR informations in regulatory compliant manner. If the drugs are under investigation or new drugs which are just launched within the 4 years of period, safety profile is very important, so they have to immediately taken into consideration by the regulatory agencies. So WHO program is there for international drug monitoring. They also use the artificial intelligence based softwares, and there is a global collaboration on that, and internationally they collaborate with different countries and identify the problems. So this is one of the software VG-Base which is being used by WHO. There is a there are other softwares which are used by US and Europe, FAERS, VAERS, and EDURA Vigilance. So because of the quantum of the data, it is very difficult to take a personalized assessment. So you need to have the artificial intelligence in that. So this not only helps in understanding the situation, but also increases the patient safety, because it is the ultimate goal. So we have to produce a medicine which is safe for the patient. So by using WHO Drug Global, we get a better understanding of the patient profile and improve analysis of underlying treatment and safety concerns. 3D printing, we discussed in the previous talk. This is personalized medicines. So I understand that you already have in your engineering department a 3D printer. So maybe pharmacy students can use that, understand that, and how to use it in pharmaceutical. There is already a commercial drug available in market, which is Sparitam, which is levetiracetam product. So by leveraging machine learning and computational modeling, AI can analyze large data set, simulate conditions, behaviors, allow a rapid prototyping, optimize the drug release profile through 3D printing you can do, and dosage strength and their geometries. So what are the recent, this could be interesting if you just, can I have your attention for another 2-3 minutes. Recent IAI adaptations, because commercially they are being used. Novartis uses artificial intelligence to predict untested components. Researchers should explore to find new cures, repurposing of the drug. IBM Watson helps in in matching patients with the right clinical trials. So there is a gap which can be filled through the software use. Watch Genomics uses artificial intelligence to predict effect of new treatments for patients suffering from Alzheimer's and other related diseases. Bayer and Merck and company uses AI algorithm to identify pulmonary hypertension, which is it's difficult to diagnose. It's a silent killer. Tencent Holding leverages AI to remotely monitor patient with Parkinson's. So a patient which is far off, it can be monitored directly, and a suitable direction or help can be provided immediately. Mycen Therapeutics uses artificial intelligence to develop treatment for Alzheimer, because patient forgets so many things. So this helps them to overcome that situation. Hilex uses artificial intelligence to help biotech companies to find treatment for rare diseases, because difficult to find the patients, and this helps you. AICure and AbbVie uses image recognition to improve drug adherence. So there are certain diseases where if you miss the dose, so the effect is not there, and it is all a waste of the exercise, particularly if you talk about tuberculosis. So we had a DOT program, Government of India successfully trying to eliminate tuberculosis now. AstraZeneca and Alibaba built a artificial intelligence to help patients with automated cancer diagnostics. Apple uses artificial intelligence to screen children for autism. Then GNS Healthcare and Gentech uses AI to develop new cancer therapies. DeepSeek and AI for proactively finding drug trial candidates. So this is also important. You want to do a trial, but you don't have candidate. So what you will do? So there are risks associated with any technology which comes, but we have to weigh one more minute. So you have to weigh the advantages and risk. It's high cost. Unemployment is one myth, I would say. We have seen in the computer field. Earlier, people used to say, if computer will come, a lot of people will get berojgar. So, but it has ultimately helped in increasing the employment. So, no improvement with experience. This is one concern with artificial intelligence. But people are working on different models. So, creativity, no creativity, because whatever is tuned, whatever is given, only can be done. So it cannot be human. So you cannot be creative thinking. So So ultimately, it is a no match for human brain. So in the conclusion, AI is the next big thing. People should capture it. Those who are studying, it's the right time to go and work in that field. Collaborate with your departments. Collaborate with your teachers. Find out the industry where it can be done. By next 10 to 20 years, artificial intelligence is expected to be part of not all but pharma R&D operations. So this is a big statement. Theoretically, it improves the drug development, it helps in predictive analysis, and 3D printing is coming in a big way. So these are a few references which I have gone through. So thank you very much for your patience. And to move fast, sorry for that. But hope it will be a thought-provoking and it will give you a new idea to work further on your projects. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please.
Thank you so much, sir, for your knowledgeable and interesting session. Any questions from your side?
गुड आफ्टरनून सर. सर आपने पर्सनलाइज्ड मेडिसिन की बात की, तो सर हमारे ऑब्वियसली ऐसी बहुत सारी डिजीज़ेज़ हैं जो कि जेनेटिकली ट्रांसफ़र होती हैं फ्रॉम वन जनरेशन टू अनदर. तो क्या जो पर्सनलाइज्ड मेडिसिन जो फार्मा मतलब इंडस्ट्री काम कर रही है, क्या वो इस पर भी हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की हेल्प से, कि वो वहीं पर ही रिस्ट्रेन हो जाए, आगे जनरेशन में ट्रांसफ़र ना हो?
आई थिंक दीज आर टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स. One is the using a personalized medicine, one is correcting the genetic disorder. So it has to be seen in that aspect. So to have personalized medicine, there are many population people which require it. you have no option but to give them. But for genetic, I have no idea, but people must be working on this because this is a great concern, and there is no treatment further. If it happens, it happens. So you have to live with it. So probably that's my take.
सर वन मोर क्वेश्चन
Yes, please.
सर जैसे आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस की जितनी एडवांटेजेस हैं कि वो इतना अच्छे से काम करती है, लेकिन उसका गलत फ़ायदा भी उतनी जल्दी ही ना होता है। तो सर कोई ऐसी काउंसिल या मतलब कुछ ऐसा कोई काउंसिल हो हमारे आसपास जहाँ पे इस चीज़ को कम किया जा सके?
Yes, I think this is a very valid question and very valid concern as a researcher or as a practitioner. I have also raised this question that, but now different agencies in different areas, they are coming out with guidelines. So those guidelines, they are not rule, but they are guidelines. So we have to work within that frame. So you cannot go beyond that. Once you understand, like for FDA has already issued, Government of India is working. Even there is a guidelines on artificial intelligence for food in farming. So there are guidelines coming. People are working a lot. This is a disruptive technology which has come in last 5 to 7 years, and everybody is attracted by it. And government agencies are finding it difficult, particularly the social media. They are not finding any way to how to defend themselves or to protect community by the misuse of that. But still, there are advantages, and people are working. The experts are working. That's what I am saying. It's a great platform for you to learn this and master this. So because we need experts in this field to create guidelines, also you need some expertise. So that is important. But there are guidelines. You go to FDA website, there is a guideline.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions?
I would like to answer the question of yours. You talked about the genetic disorders. So currently we are working in the field of genetic engineering with its integration with the artificial intelligence. So sir has also explained the applications of AI in the field of healthcare sector in the discovery of drug. So again, we are going to target the specific gene that is responsible for that specific genetic disorder, and with the help of mutations and induced mutations, we are going to cure it, and we are going to have that मतलब हम उसको वहीं पे फिक्स कर देंगे, further multiplication, further वो generation ट्रैवल नहीं कर पाएगा.
For few of the ailments, it has already been done.
Yes sir.
Now, I would like to invite Dr. Meerut Sharma sir, please come on the stage and facilitating our session chair members with mementos.
वीडियो लोगे? हाँ ले लो, वीडियो फोटो दोनों ले लो, सही ले लो. मुझे तो 5 सेकंड की वीडियो बहुत है.
Now I would like to respect Dr. Meerut Sharma sir. Please facilitate with our speaker, Dr. Rajesh Sharma.
कर दो.
Now let's proceed for lunch, which is available at Boys Hostel, first old building. And all our participants are requested to put their posters on first floor of this building. The committee members are available on the first floor. Kindly take their guidance. And remember, attendance is mandatory in all the sessions in order to obtain the certificates.
For the food, Mr. Ankit Chaudhary will be responsible. He's here. Wherever you have to go for the lunch, he will assist you. Okay. And for the poster, you have to go to the first floor of this building, and you can hang your posters or like whatever the arrangement is. For the poster, I think my question is clear.